Hi friends, welcome to Mountain Ridge Homestead. My name is Colleen. Today I'm finally getting to the last flower garden and it's well overdue. This should have been done weeks ago, but the vegetable garden took precedence. I did a few things in the front of the house. This is the back of the house and it's the view from my kitchen window and I love to look at it. So I'm finally getting to it today. It's hot and muggy, but it's not sunny, so that's a bonus. And apparently I'm gonna have help from my chickens as usual. So we're gonna do a transformation today. It's a horrible mess. I'm gonna start with the easiest thing first, and we're gonna get to work and we'll see what it looks like when I'm finished. Let's get It's hard to get mad at them for wanting to help when they're just so cute. She's just having fun digging with me. Except I'm the one out of breath and she's not. So last summer was our first summer here, and I did plant a few perennials in here, but I've kind of forgotten which ones I did. And right now, some of them look like weeds. I'm thinking this one is a weed, but it's got a pretty flower on it because this one here looks the same. And I don't think I planted two of the same things. So I might let this one stay because it has a pretty flower. I know I planted that. I think it's a type of sedum. And in the back there is echinacea. And a lot of the things I did plant didn't survive the winter. These tall things here in the back, they're a perennial. They get about literally 5 or 6 feet tall. I didn't plant them. They self-seeded from somewhere else. And I really don't want them here, but it's kind of late to move them now. So I might just take the few that are right by the chicken there in the front and move them, because I have other things to plant. So I don't know if they'll survive if I transplant them, but I'll leave the ones closer to the rocks. And then this bush here was just literally 3 twigs I got at Costco. It was a tiny little bush, and boy did it burst this spring. I lost the tag, so I don't know what it's called, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It filled out the garden so much. And this little blue plant I brought from our previous, actually, when we used to live close to the city. And I don't know what that's called. I just know I like it. I have a boxwood there that needs some trimming. I had a couple of hostas that I think the chickens have destroyed. And so it seems like a lot of the things I planted over the winter either didn't make it or the chickens got to it. So I'm going to finish cleaning up and then plant what I have and call it good, because that's all I'm capable of this season. Hopefully next year it'll be better. I just spotted some calendula that I threw some seeds over last summer, and I did grow some in the house that I'm going to plant anyway, but I'm surprised it overwintered here. So they grew in weird places, so I'm going to dig them up and plant them somewhere else. I'm sure there would have been more, but the chickens probably dug them up. Here's one of the calendula. There's another one there. And then there's baby ones over here too. So I'll put them in a better place. I'm really surprised. That's something that wouldn't normally overwinter in my zone. Now the ducks have joined in. I think it's time they went in the corral. And just like that, they're gone. They don't get put away often, but when certain projects get needed to be done, they can come out soon. I'm done the weeding part as best I can. So now the fun part begins, but it looks like it's starting to rain, so I don't know how far I'll get. I might have to do this in bits and pieces, but I'll start. These are some marigolds I started from seed, but they've been living in their seed starting things for way too long. They're not very happy, but I'm sure when I get them in the ground, they'll be okay with a bit of fish emulsion. These are some daisies I started from seed. I've already planted some in the front of the house, but they're healthy. They'll be okay too. This is Bachelor's Button. It's an annual. It's going to get about 2 or 3 feet tall with blue flowers. I have a whole other container of this. I got the seeds for 25 cents at the Dollar Tree. So I guess I'll put these ones in the back. Again, they're not looking too healthy, but once they're in the ground, I'm sure they'll be okay. And these are some sad looking cosmos that I put in the vegetable garden, and I have some left over, and they perked up in the vegetable garden, so I'm sure they will here too. And I have the calendula, and I think that's it. So maybe by August I'll have some blooms. I also have a few leftover zinnias from that I put in the vegetable garden. They look really pathetic, but I promise you once I put them in the garden, they're going to take off. I planted hundreds of seeds and they all germinated, but life got busy and a lot of them died, unfortunately. So we won't have as many zinnias this year, but it'll still be just as pretty. So I made a little pile of the calendula that I dug up that was growing in random places. There's still some scattered in a few other places, but I'm going to let it grow where it is. And these ones that I dug up, sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm going to put where I want them, probably like in little clusters. And then I'm just going to add a few marigolds, and I think that'll be it. All right, now for the saddest looking marigolds. There's like 4 or 5 in each cell. But I did put some of these in the vegetable garden and they're growing just fine. So I'm just gonna pick a bunch out. Oh my gosh. Poor things, look at that. I'm not gonna separate each one I'll just like separate a few clusters at a time. And they're going to be just fine. They're just a mixture of orange and yellow, kind of like that rust color. There are seeds I saved from last year's marigolds. There's still a bit of calendula here that I'm going to let grow. And a bit there. There, I think she's done. Just in the nick of time because it's starting to rain again. So it doesn't look that much different. I mean, it's cleaned up from the weeds. There's no color yet, but it will be. It's, I don't know, still kind of sad looking. But all the plants are in there. And it's in the sun all day long. And I gave it a good dose of fish emulsion. It's supposed to rain a lot the next couple of days. So hopefully all the plants that I put in will take root, and within the next week or two, they'll really start to grow. And I'll show you the progress because it does look so sad, but I want you to see that in no time it will take root and it will be something pretty in no time. Let's hope. That's the plan. So thank you so much for spending time with me today, and until we're together again, take care.